you ready to learn and experience the process of becoming a Medicare machine?
Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. It is 12:30. It's time to rock and roll for the podcast this afternoon, wherever you are. I guess it's probably afternoon pretty much everywhere except for California. But yeah, I think we have Tylyr and maybe a few others jumping on. We shall see. I am excited. We have the Crush AEP LaunchCon Bootcamp Series starting this weekend. I know it's Super Bowl weekend, but don't worry. The boot camp will be over before the Super Bowl, so you'll have a chance to level up and then enjoy yourselves watching the game if that's what you choose to partake in. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be offering a massive amount of value, and really what I'm going to be imparting for this series is how to do a year-round system to maximize effectiveness, productivity, and ultimately the success of this AEP and beyond. And so each AEP, really the success that someone has during the annual enrollment period for Medicare specifically is most of it's dependent upon how you do the rest of the year and what activities, what methodologies, what systems and processes, what are you doing for follow-up, what are you doing for retention, what are you doing for referrals, what are you doing for leads, what are you doing for activity, what are you doing for CRM, what are you doing for automations, what are you doing for taking advantage of both the active and the passive marketing opportunities, what are you doing for referral partnerships, what are you doing for there's a whole litany of the whole process and system that we're going to be plugging into. And so if you haven't gotten your ticket for this weekend, I'll put here in a moment, I'll put the link in the ticker here so that there's no question. But if you haven't gotten your ticket already, you're crazy. I'm only doing one series of events this year. Had a change in health at the end of last year, and so I'm modifying what I'm doing this year a little bit. But this is your one, I don't want to say it's your one shot, your one opportunity for this year, especially if you're wanting to plug in and become a machine. Again, I think it's 4 years in a row now, over 400 applications, really over 440 applications every single year during AEP. And that happens because of the year-round process and system and the snowball effect that you create by running the right playbook. Let's see, banners, you want to do that. Let's do the ticker. Let's throw this link into the ticker. So yeah, if you're out there, feel free to comment, say what's up. We'd love to, where you are, where you're watching from, who you are. Any of that kind of stuff helps. We can have a conversation as we wait. There's Mr. Tingu, Mr. Tingue, as most people say it. What's up, Mr. Tingue? What is up?
Doing the do, going through it.
Doing the doodle. Yeah, no, as soon as I saw that neon video, I've been thinking about like, I can't imagine you with an SRT neon and the budget of what you have now. Like you could make that thing a rocket ship.
Dude, that car was so awesome. I missed it so much.
Yeah, no, I think my butthole puckered more in driving with you in that car than any other car you've had, for sure.
While still getting 34 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. I remember popping no-dos trying to keep myself awake on the way to work. You were dropping me off. I don't even remember where the hell I was working, but you were dropping me off like a true friend, giving me a ride when I was an idiot and got in trouble. So yeah, I was just chatting. The LaunchCon starts this weekend. I'm really excited, and I'm going to be basically giving away the farm for those that do this. You already have the farm. But yeah, I mean, what do you what are reasons someone shouldn't join the AEP LaunchCon this weekend, Tylyr?
they're a turd agent and they don't want to actually service clients. They want to make money.
They hate themselves and money. They hate growth and development. They hate learning a path to do this correctly.
Yeah.
It's not the only way to do it, right? But I still, there's not very many people in a face-to-face manner that produce the results that the two of us produce.
No.
Outside of an LOA environment. Like I think about that once in a while. Like what if you and I were in an LOA? Like someone was just teeing us up leads and phone calls and stuff. We just had to knock them down.
I did that.
I know you did that. That's why I bring it up, because it makes me laugh. You did it for like 6 years too long.
Yeah. Paying the price too.
Well, literally, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody else keeps your effing money. But don't worry, because poetic justice is sweet. And Tyler, there's literally only like 60, 70, there's like 75 days left, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. And we're gonna loot the baskets. We're already starting to loot the baskets, and it's really fun. And what I mean by loot the baskets is shitty uplines are going to lose good agents, even if they don't come to us. Because I've helped a few people not come to us, but get away from the shitty support they were getting or dirty cutthroat dirtiness that you'll see. But we'll stay positive. I don't want to focus on it. You and I could go down the deep, dark alley of getting screwed over several times.
I mean, having a good upline and support and training is vital, especially when you're newer into the industry and you don't know any better.
No, I can't imagine, because like even to this day, I've never been new. Like when I was new, I was an employee of somebody else, and that's not the same new as being a broker new, like you had to do, like quit your job and do all that stuff that people have to do to make the stretch. Although, I mean, eventually you made the stretch, right? Stretch between two and transitioned. But what do you think would be different if you would have switched from LOA to broker 2 years into your career?
Oh God.
Can I get into this? I don't know who said that. You have to put your name up. Patrice. Sure. We'd love to have you on, Patrice. Let me send Patrice an invite. Patrice is someone in California who's going to be on our team. We was trying to get her ramped up and going, so that'd be a good person to talk to. Or maybe she's talking about getting in on the boot camp this weekend. Yeah, so if you want to get on the podcast, I sent you the link. If you want to get in on the LaunchCon this weekend, you're on the team, so you're already in. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, good to see you, Patrice. I'm excited to get you rocking and rolling. She's over in California. Let's see.
Cali. That reminds me, I gotta go do fingerprinting still.
Let me see. Say that one more time.
That reminds me, I gotta go do the fingerprinting for that again.
The fingerprinting for
my Cali license.
Oh, yeah, a pain in the ass. Trying to peddle every little bit of money out of you can. There's no reason to it.
That's the thing that drives me crazy. But
yeah, whatever. You got to do what you got to do to get through the hoops that they lay out in front of you. So, yeah. I'm on a side note.
Holmes gets punched in the nose, but that's okay.
No, he didn't talk about Smokey the Bear, so I'll leave him alone. But no, I've been taking inbound. Yes, it is free for you, Miss Patrice. Yes, it is. Oh, I did do that link. Let's see. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I've been taking inbound life insurance calls. And so what I can say is I've been new at that. And so I'm new at doing life insurance. I'm taking live inbound calls. And today I closed 3 out of 5 in the time that Ty and I were taking calls. One of them I couldn't fully close because one of the stupid carriers who remain unnamed has a dumbass rule that you have to have for the beneficiary, like everything but like a butthole print on a piece of glass that you got to submit. And so this guy was like, I don't know my son's address. And so I had to basically let the fish off the hook, and imagine that he hasn't called back. So, anyways, so I know what it's like to be new with life insurance. And what I can say is if you have the right mentor and the right upline and the right, because all I'm doing is I'm literally reading like a 3-year-old, it feels like, through this script that Pete has. So shout out to Pete Fournier, but I will learn this and I'm going to start crushing this. But this, if you just follow the script, of which I'm really good at for the first half, and Ty and I were talking about, I didn't do the second half of the script. So I'm still learning to go through the whole thing. But if in essence, that's what this weekend's going to be. And that's what having someone like me or you or a good upline in your life is going to do for you, is it's going to put you in a position to not have to go through the unbeaten path. Like, do you want to drive on the dirt or do you want to drive on the road?
Yeah.
Which one do you think is going to get you where you want to go faster?
Depends on the vehicle you're in.
Well, yeah, that does depend on the vehicle you're in.
And I mean that metaphorically as well. I mean, you could drive off road by yourself and go figure it all out on your own, and you might develop a hell of a strategy, but you better have the time and resources and energy to be able to throw into it to do it and develop all that yourself.
Well, that's what it is. Time, money, getting your nose bloodied by doing the wrong shit. Like when I think back to like the first, I don't know, probably 20 direct mail lead drops that Rudy and I did, we were getting like 0.001% returns. Like one lead out of a drop of 10,000. And I was like, Jesus, Rudy, who's going to close that thing? We have to close it. Get like a nickel back off $10,000. We wasted tons of money doing companies to do our SEO and all that crap back when that was the latest craze, trying to get online. We used Get Found Fast back in the day. Although I still have
one client from that. I
have about 6 clients. I was about to say I have a handful left I'm holding on to. But yeah, what are you seeing right now? A lot of what I'm seeing right now is there's a lot of jankiness going on. I just had a client call me the other day who he just called for some pricing, right? I was like, oh, that's cardinal mistake number 1. But lo and behold, he got moved from his ClearSpring plan to a Cigna plan, and he had no idea. And I was like, what I would love to be able to do is to drag their ass on this podcast, that agent who did this. And I want to go line by line down the summary of benefits together. And I want him to, or her, to explain to me why they chose a 20-inch rod to impale my client with, because they took away the grocery card, took away the over-the-counter, and on top of that, the max out-of-pocket's higher, specialist copays higher, hospital copays higher, surgery copays higher, MRI copay, like all through the thing. And the people like this are what are causing.
There's $20,000 worth of dental, though, bro.
Yeah, you can use that you can't use.
Yeah, if you have like $85,000 worth of stuff done.
Yeah, or like 10 million fillings or whatever. Yeah, it's anyway. The point is, OEP is an opportunity for retention and referral if you do it correctly, and you've got to understand that every single day, and I mean every single day, your clients are under a constant barrage of phone calls and emails and Facebook ads and every other damn thing there is to put in front of people, where they, like I said, if you sit there and every single day you see a commercial that you could save money on, whatever, on toilet paper, like eventually you're going to be like, okay, what's up? If you hear something long enough, eventually you'll be curious and want to look into it. Like it's always about food card, the flex card. Or or the new Medicare. Have you gotten your new Medicare card? Is the favorite one. Where have you gotten your new plastic Medicare card? Oh yeah, let me just verify your info. It's like, anyways, I digress, because that's what we're trying to fix. That's what the whole purpose of the podcast, the whole purpose of us doing what we do.
Correct that. Change the industry.
The industry is changing for sure.
Yeah.
So, guess what I'm doing now?
What are you doing now? I have no idea.
I took over my own schedule again.
That's dangerous.
Well, yes and no. But what was happening is, like, in essence, if I hand my schedule over to someone else, then all of a sudden my time and my schedule controls me instead of me controlling my schedule and my time. And so for the last couple of years, because I had gotten fat and happy and lazy, if my schedule was left up to me, then I would do like, okay, I'll work on Monday and I'll just take the rest of the week off and I won't do nothing. Right. So I gave my schedule to my staff so that their job was just fill my schedule, whether I liked it or not. And so that's what they've done for the last couple of years. And every single day I wake up,
They've been really good at it.
I look at my schedule and it looks like this every damn day of my life, where it's like sun up to sundown. Like, oh, you thought you had time to breathe today? No, there's no time to pee or eat. Oh, by the way, you're triple booked at noon, so good luck. And just like constantly for a long time. And it's been great because it's helped me grow at rates I wouldn't have grown on my own because, like I said, I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy, and I'll do nothing if you let me. I'm really good at doing nothing. But yeah, so I'm taking over my calendar, which has been fun. It just started yesterday. It also, I had forgotten, because it's been a while, how much rapport you build when you schedule yourself.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's been some positives that go along with it, but in essence, Ty is becoming the beneficiary and benefactor for most of my referrals coming in. So he's going to be living fat and happy for a while.
Yeah.
But he's also stressed out because we're getting like 29 Facebook leads a day, and we're getting I just ordered some more Lead Hero leads, and I'm doing some other. So I'm like, I'm going to try to overwhelm this fella with as much activity as I can, see if he pops or if he just busts out a bunch of help and helps a bunch of people. And that's my experience, the best way to learn. I wish I had that when I think back when I hit the field. I was scratching and clawing for anything I got. Oh, no, I take that back. I was getting spoon-fed from Humana because of me like bailing them out a bunch of times on leads that other agents bailed out on or wouldn't go to, or yeah. So I mean, I had one a week. I knew I was going to probably get one a week, one really good opportunity to sit in front of somebody. But if you think about it, if you just do one a week all year, that's 50 a year. I mean, it's the slow and steady. That's definitely the tortoise pace. But I
mean, 2 years in and you're doing all right, rolling into your third year, if you can pull that off.
Well, and if you're really good at referrals, if you're doing 50 a year, it really should gremlin on you past midnight into 75. And so you really should get a 50% boost if you're doing any kind of retention or referral methodology or system. But yeah, it's just interesting. Rudy said it to me like my third day after I took over the telemarketing department. He said, listen, because I went in his office. I remember I closed the door and I like threw a tantrum because I was like, these fucking people will not listen to me, and they won't just say it the way I tell them, and they won't just do it the way I tell them. and they won't just sell shit. And so he looked at me and he goes, listen, agents are and always will be two things and two things only. Number one, they are lazy. Number two, they are creatures of habit. I was like, okay. And so really, in reality, if you are an agent, the best way to become successful is to break down your habits and figure out where you're inefficient. Like if you have a bad habit of spending 2 hours in the morning playing on your phone before you start making calls, that would be an example of a habit that you could reprogram to where you spend 2 hours making phone calls instead. Like you have your phone in your hand. How about you dial it? I get it. I like TikTok too. I like Facebook too. Spend much time on both. I spent way too much on gambling. Like, despite my efforts, Tyler, I only won on DraftKings a net of $2,000 all year.
Wow.
But I gambled like $71,000. I was like, all right, I probably have a problem. So I haven't been on for a while, and I'll probably be staying off. The last draw was like, I think it was either the last UFC event or the one before. Like I was just literally every single pick except for one. It was like the opposite of what I normally do. I just picked the whole night, every single one. And the last one, I was like so pissed off. I lost $500 on one fight for the last one. So I was like, okay, I'm done. So I'm temporarily retired from sports betting because I got out of control. But I did win. I did have a net positive gain for 2023. That and the casinos, I ended up winning. I'm still a professional gambler. I still won about $12,000 last year.
Hey, there you go.
Which I'm going to have to give like 8 of it back in taxes probably, but whatever. So the government won with me. I think the government
house always wins.
The government was the winner, I believe, in that equation. But yeah, sometimes and this is why did I bring up gambling? Is there's a tie-in because Rudy also, when he would go to Vegas with me once in a while, and I would go there by myself all the time for him. But when we were there, he didn't gamble at all. He's not a gambler at all. It's not into it. It's not his thing. Like we walked around the strip one time, and it was like a tour guide. If you can imagine, Rudy's a tour guide in Vegas. It's fun that was. But yeah, what he said was every time I do a lead drop, I gamble. Every time I hire a new agent, I gamble. Every time I train and put time and energy and effort into somebody, I take a gamble. That's interesting perspective that is your gamble. And for a lot of agents, that's what it feels like. And, or, if you have $2,900 to your name and it costs $2,000 to do a lead drop or a seminar drop or something, that's a big pill to swallow. And just like, that's a big leap of faith to just say, I'm going to throw away the rent money and hope that 4 times the rent money comes back. Especially if you're new and you haven't done it before and you haven't had that result. And it's also like luck of the draw too, right? Like, I would like if you think about it, how many people are lifetime gamblers because they won the first time they went?
Oh yeah.
Versus how many people never gambled? Yeah, how many people lost their ass the first time and they're like, "This sucks."
Like never again.
Right. Same thing with like fishing. I looked at it that way. Some people hate fishing. And it's probably because when they went fishing when they were a kid, whoever took them sucked at catching fish, and so they never caught anything. And yeah, if you're going fishing and you don't catch anything ever, I think I would say fishing sucks. Like if you got skunked every time and never caught one, that would suck. And so yeah, there's a risk, and there's that feeling of awkward risk and awkwardness, where you feel like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. But I mean, what you sent me a message like a week ago or whatever the hell it was. Like, what kind of position are you in now, 12 years later, versus when you were loading trucks?
I don't know. I'd say I'm in a pretty decent position. Made more last month than I would have in an entire year. Double.
Yeah, you
I
made
would have
twice
made
as
an
much in
entire
1
year.
month. Maybe twice as much in 1 month than you would have made an entire year loading trucks for a grocery store. That's overnight. That's 6 or 7 days a week.
It has union benefits, though.
Yeah, but you don't ever see your kids, and you don't ever see their sporting events or take them to school or any of that kind of crap. Or if you do, you're sacrificing sleep.
It drives me crazy with Tanya just having her job. Like, I love that she has a job because it gives her some purpose and something to do, but it drives me absolutely crazy. Like, hey, let's go do this. I can't. I don't have any vacation.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean you don't have any vacation?
Chained to the
put it on a
desk. I
calendar.
know.
Let's go.
It's such a weird concept, right?
Like, I would be so screwed if I had to like, go back working for the man.
I would just immediately get fired, probably.
Oh, 100%. I guarantee I'm through at least 5 jobs.
I've thought about it. I would pivot into car sales or solar. I would pivot into some other sales so that I wouldn't have to do that. And as fast as possible, I would go back to entrepreneur. Like I might start out with a solar company selling solar, but you'd be bet your ass as soon as I could, I'd be coming out with Peace of Mind solar solutions or some shit. Yeah, because not being able to do what I want, when I want, how I want. Like I said, that's what freedom is. And freedom's not living in America. Freedom is not anything other than when you have enough resources in place where you can buy your time back.
Where? You want to be on the podcast?
Oh, snap.
No, I just want to ask you if I can play with friends.
Oh, yeah, see, check out. Look what he's wearing
What's up,
today.
big boy? Got the logo on. I like it. Rep it. Reppin'.
Can I go hang out with Jackson?
You need to double check with mom and make sure your room's clean.
Just take one of Dad's business cards and give it to Jackson's mom.
She already has them.
Okay, just making sure.
If your room's clean, your stuff's done, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Be back by 4:30.
Can I be back by 5?
No, I said 4:30.
4:30 or 5?
Thank you.
I mean, you can't knock him for negotiating.
Hey, no, he is very good at negotiating. He's paid attention well.
That's right.
But that's
So-
one of the things, like you. I don't know. I think I kind of take for granted being in this industry too with my family. I mean, it's a vacation thing. Like up until last year when Tanya started working, I guess it's almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, we're going to go, let's go. We do. Now she's working. It's like we got to budget around vacation if we're going to do stuff with that. And then she gets all mad if I take the kids or if I go by myself to do stuff. And
Is she still working from home?
Yeah, she's still working from home.
I don't know how people do that. Like I can't even, I came home to do the podcast just because I need a change of pace. I don't know how people work from home. I'm terrible at working from home. I just play video games with my dog, clean the room. I don't do any work. So if you're out there and you hire me, don't let me work from home.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea for me. No, just earlier, Ezra and Ryan, they had their roll-offs for their bowling league, whatever, at school. But they had to leave school early to drive all the way over to wherever this thing is today. And they're like, we need money for lunch and dinner. We won't be back. Da, 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 da. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll bring you a couple dollars to eat. So I run over to the school, the whole massive 3-minute walk there. But I come back to the house. I heard the dog bark. So I went in, let the dog out, then did a little bit of the dishes, picked up some shit. Like I was being productive,
Yeah.
but totally like, oh crap, I got an appointment in like 5 minutes. I need to get up. It's so distracted by all the other crap going on. I'm just like, no, horrible idea.
Yeah. And Holden sent me a message. He does most of his work from home too. Although if I'm honest, I don't do very much work from the office either. Like I can only be in the office for like 3-4 hours max in a row. And then I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I need to be in my car. I need to not be around. I don't know. I just feel cooped up. I need to be out doing shit, making a difference.
Yeah, no, and Holden messaged me too. He said he'll never work for anyone else ever again.
It's a cool transition when you finally make that, when you cross that bridge. Because I mean, if you think about, you start out with like, shit, I don't know if I can work for myself. This is so scary. And then you think about all the comforts of the employment you have and the safety and the predictability. And even though it sucks, but
as long as I show up, I know rent's paid.
All it takes is one good AEP. And then you get to the end of January and you're like, yep, never working for anybody ever again.
That's done.
Would you like to send welcome cards to life insurance clients? Yes, I love that she has to ask that question because I sold some life insurance today. Yes, indeed. And a lot of these people coming through are over 65 too. So I'll be pivoting, of course, 48 hours later to talking about what are you doing for your Medicare? What are you doing for your travel? What are you doing for your whatever? Maybe I'll start selling solar on the side.
Start selling solar on the side.
Last night I was lately, I don't know why, but I've had this itch to just buy shit. And so at first, like, I'm going to go through my Amazon shopping list lately that I've ordered because you're going to laugh at me because it's like just such a weird, random pile of shit that I just ordered. So I have literally ordered 3, excuse me. I was going to do 5 and I jumped the other 2. I ordered 3 different shower heads in the last month, trying to find one that works the way, because you can't try it out, whether you're in store or online. So you have no idea what the pressure is going to be like. You have no idea what the stream is going to be like. And so finding one that both my wife and I like has been a challenge. I've spent like $100 on 3 different ones trying to do this. I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for TikTok shit. I bought a hydrogen water bottle that puts hydrogen in my water. I don't know if it helps or not. We'll find out. I'll tell you if it helps. I don't know.
What do you mean it puts hydrogen in your water?
It puts more hydrogen into your water. I don't know. Supposedly, it's supposed to make you have more energy. It's supposed to make you digest nutrients better. It's supposed to do some other crap. I don't know. It could just be heebie-jeebie stuff to sell me this little bottle that puts bubbles in my water. I don't know. Honestly, though, I really like it because, in my opinion, it makes it taste like hose water from when I was a kid. And so I'm like, I'm all for that because it's like, if you're going to get me to drink water, I either like sentimental, I need something, because water by itself to me is like, what am I doing with my life here? This tastes like shit. It tastes like nothing. Yeah. A lot of times it tastes like metal or dirt or something else. Anyways, I also ordered dog bells for the door so the dog can ring the door when he wants to go outside. I got dog treats. And then I'm such a yellow. I think my yellow is coming back, Ty. Guess how much I have 2 dogs. Okay. We have Grace and we have Lucky. What do you think I spend a month on food for these 2?
$50, $100.
$370.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, my yellow's not back because the thought that went through my head is, it's a fucking dog. Like, I love them to death. But
yeah, no, it's a dog. But I figure it's a good soul. And if it was me, if I was them, I'd want what I want to get the dry, crunchy food that we don't know what it is, or do I what it is? It's called Farmer's Dog. So I'm not plugging them.
Yeah, I know.
But they make fresh stuff and then they freeze it and they send it to me and I'm able to thaw it out. And the dogs, they don't. Grace doesn't throw up. They have normal bowel movement, and it's like human grade food. So I figured it's cool. I ordered Erin's Valentine's Day present. She's pissed at me. she's mad at me because I have far more firepower than she does. So when holidays come, she's like, okay, well, I got you this, and this. And she goes, how much did you spend on me? And I go, do I have to tell you? She's like, yes. And I go, I don't know, like 2000. She's like, what? So, anyways, I'm excited because what I got her, I'll send you a picture on text because like I don't want. She doesn't know yet, although she probably has my login and password for the freaking Amazon anyway. But that's part of it that I got her. Yeah. Anyways, I ordered that. We're going to Disneyland this month and Legoland. And at first I was like, shit, I think we lost our, they have these magic band things where you wear a little watch for your hotel room and everything else instead. And so I thought we had lost them. So I was almost ready to hit submit on ordering new ones, which ordering 4 new ones is like $180. And then Aaron's like, we should check this one last spot. And we went to the, long story short, they're right here and I have them in my possession. So we're going to Disney. So I got a thing so you can charge all 4 of them at once. Cause that was a problem we had. Like you have 5 USB cables. How many chargers do you bring with you? How many outlets? And so there's this adapter where you can plug them all in at once. And then I have a client who got diagnosed with breast cancer yesterday. And so I sent her a blanket that says basically kick cancer's ass. And then Tyler, I don't know. It's really weird. Once I turned 40, my perspective on a lot of stuff changed. And I feel like I'm turning into a bitch. But that being said, yeah. Turning, asshole. Keep saying shit like that and you'll turn me back. Okay. But so I used to be completely against like matching family outfits. And now I found myself ordering matching family shirts for Disneyland. So ordered some of that.
And your peace of mind on them.
Yeah, it's too late.
Then I could see you doing it. That wouldn't surprise me.
Right. What else I order? Oh, I ordered hat holders for my closet. I ordered all kinds. I've just been in a weird spending spree. So, anyways, long story short, I've stopped the spending spree. And
I just saw your message.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's gonna murder you.
Why?
Was that the Valentine's Day thing?
That's part of it. No, and here's what's really funny. Yesterday, this package comes, right? And she goes, here, you got a package. She goes, what is it? I go, I don't know. I don't remember ordering anything. She goes, well, maybe somebody sent you something. So I open it, right? And it's chocolate-covered strawberries. And so I'm looking at the invoice and the little slip because she's like, maybe it says on there. Maybe there's a gift message because I'm still like, I have no idea what this is. And so I'm looking at the receipt. And it says, ordered by Joshua Young, shipped to Joshua Young. So I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell ordered this for me, by me? And then I look and I go, oh, my brain clicked all of a sudden. It's part of her Valentine's Day present. So I'm like, oh, happy Valentine's Day. She was just like, you're an idiot. So yeah. The gifts are just parading on in. I don't even remember what I ordered. So we'll find out together. Some of it was on Amazon. Some of it was on Costco, apparently. Yeah. I'm having fun. Living the dream life. Because I follow a freaking system that has proven results. Constantly adapting it. I can't wait to show you what I've learned on, like I said, I'm getting 27 to 30 Facebook leads a day for $2 a piece. I need to hire more people because Ty, not you, my son Ty, can't handle
30 leads a day.
He can't handle the volume. So I'm going to start, I'll probably pick a few people on the team and give you a sub account. You'll probably be one of them unless you tell me you don't want to work. Kick you a sub account under my guru, and then you can get in on the parade.
crazy. Think about that.
Because I haven't even turned it up yet. Like I'm not going to say what I'm on here because that's part of what I'm going to give away in the boot camp. So if you want to learn how to put together and how to do Facebook leads, that's part of what I'm going to go through. But yeah, it's I could spend 10 times as much and then get 200 leads a day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you still have the volume?
Yeah, I've tested it. I tested it with not with 200, but with a number that I was like, okay, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it back down. Yeah, okay. I get it. It worked. Now what am I going to do with all these leads? So that's the thing. You'll find in this business, never ever do you find it where you're like, oh, I have exactly the Goldilocks level of leads right now. You either have too many agents, not enough leads, or you have too many leads and not enough agents. There is never, ever, and I've never experienced in my 19 and a half year career, I've never, ever, 19 and a half. It's 19 in 1 month, I guess. Getting generous with the roundup there. But anyways, I've never seen it where somebody's like, I have this utopic number of leads. You either have too many or not enough. And it's never good to be on the not enough side.
No, the only way to do that is if you have like what Rudy used to do back in the day, right? Like he'd order the leads and then all the brokers could come in and go like, oh yeah, I want this many. And he'd sell them their leads.
Yeah, you divvy them out and charge them.
Yeah.
Like some kind of lead vendor.
Yeah. You eat the order ball and then you go, all right, you call the rest of these. Like, I didn't have anything to do now.
But see, that's what most agents are used to doing. Because most agents either aren't taught or don't take the time to learn how to generate their own activity. So if you want to learn how to do that, if you want to learn how to get more referrals, if you want to learn how to crush year-round business, which is the only way to crush AEP, by the way, you don't just like come off the bus in September and crush AEP. Unless you have a crap ton of money to buy leads and you love working leads. I personally hate leads. And so my mission and my goal always was to get to a point for myself personally where I was working referrals only, almost exclusively. And to me, doing an educational event and educating people is as close to getting a referral through a lead as there is. So I would argue somebody that comes to one of my seminars, I end up getting the same kind of relationship with them as I do with a referral.
When you do it as an educational seminar and it comes from that, it's almost like a self-referral at that point.
Yeah, it's really easy, especially if you know what you're doing. And especially if you're good at it and they've gone to other ones. That's at the beginning, I would hear like somebody would say, oh, I went to yours and 3 others. Or, hey, I might call you, but I'm going to go to 2 or 3 more of these before I decide which person I want to work with. I used to like worry about it, but I'm like, nah, let me go last. I would love to go last or first. In fact, yeah, just you better hope that your seminar is not in the bunch of ones that I'm going to. I'll tell you that, because I'm going to try to crush you. I've got the seminar down. I was doing the math the other day. Between Rudy and me, I've definitely done over 1,000 of them now.
Oh, for the seminars?
Yeah. I'm not quite as good at seminars as I am at basketball yet, but I'm working on it. But yeah,
I love doing seminars. They're great. Right. I mean, that's preference though too, right? Because there's some people who are like crush it on a phone, but you try to stand them up in front of anybody. Like I'm not trying to pick on anybody here, but I'm gonna say
do it.
Like Donnie, right?
Yeah.
Like he can crush it over the phone, virtually one-on-one like that. But I don't think he would be nearly that comfortable, confident, and capable if you put him into the seminar environment face-to-face like that. At least definitely not out the gate. But I mean, it'd take him quite a while to work up to that level.
Well, you've got to have a love for attention.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to have some theatrics in you, and you've got to have that bravado about you. Otherwise, seminars you're not going to be good at. And I mean, the proof's in the numbers. When I look at the team, just our team, and you start looking at how many seminars people are doing, how many attendees they have, how many people say yes to appointments. I'm lifetime in my field since I started doing them a couple of years ago. I'm well into the 90%, 95, 96. I don't have an exact number, but
like attendees to
like 25 people show up, 24 of them or more are going to ask for an appointment every single time. And a lot of times I'll have 25 show up and I'll have 30 people that say yes, because some people will call or text a friend while they're in the seminar and say, at the end, they'll say, hey, is it okay if I fill out one for my friend? I've heard that so many times. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. But that's my honey. That's my bread and butter. That's what I'm good at. And if you handed me leads, if I was motivated properly, AKA I needed the money, then I would crush leads too. But at this point, you hand me leads and like, I work like 3 of them. I'm like, Tyler, you want some leads?
I'm like, no.
I'll go through. It's crazy to me. And that's the thing. It made me, it's not just me that hates leads. I think everybody hates leads. And it's because a lead is no better, really, in a lot of ways, than a phone book. Like, pick a name out of the phone book and call them.
Yeah, you just happen to know that this person...
Like you just know they have some level of interest. That's the only difference. Like if the phone book highlighted who was interested, then you would call those people interested. But just because someone's interested in whatever problems you solve doesn't mean that they're going to buy. It doesn't mean that they're going to end up doing something. And so leads suck. But if you don't have a good system of referrals, or if you've tapped out your current, like if you've fished your pond and you've squeezed the juice out of that fruit and there's no more juice to be squeezed, like literally everybody's giving you their mother and their cousin and their neighbor and their church friend, like you've got everybody from referrals, then you need to start a new pipeline of blood, new blood. You have to find some new people to start the process over with again. And so you've got to have some pipeline of inlet into your pond. If your pond is just old business and there's no new business coming in, then it can't grow. It's impossible to grow unless you're either doing leads or doing some kind of other activity that gets new people into your pipeline. And that is what the AEP LaunchCon is all about. That is what it's designed for, and that is why I'm doing it. And I'm actually really excited because it's going to be a reasonably intimate group. It's going to be high school classroom size or less. So it's going to be a good group. It'll be half of it will probably be our team. And then the other half will be folks across the country that are trying to get to the next level. So, we're going to close it up. But anything you want to add before we embark on another beautiful life week? How's your dad, by the way?
Seems to be getting a little bit better. I haven't been able to see him because I got sick. So immunotherapy's a biatch.
You can't. I'm sure it's a pain in the ass to get him to do like FaceTime or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then he can't hear for anything right now. I don't know. Apparently, that's a side effect of chemo. So
that's shitty.
Got to figure out all that crap. So it's been a mess, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, I think about you guys, and hope you're doing well. Hope everybody has a great week. Hope to see you on the boot camp this weekend. Again, yes, I know the Super Bowl Sunday. Yes, I'll make sure we're done in time so you can watch the game if you want to. But anyways, love you, brother.
It's the Chiefs and the Niners. Who cares?
Yeah, really.